What is going on, guys? It is Max Array. Welcome back. Hold on, is that my name? What is going on, guys? It is Max Syntax. Welcome back to the channel. The video I'm making is very straightforward. If you guys don't know, I've been coding for about 6-7 months now. I've been learning Python, doing it every single day. You know, I have pretty decent background knowledge of how to code. And today, I'll be, running over LeetCode, all that good stuff. Now, I'm in high school still, for the record. But I'm not going to give myself more credibility because today was definitely one of my worst performances I've ever had. And on my last video, I might sound like I'm pretty intuitive with coding, for someone who's been doing it for a little amount of time. And that's in the most non-biased way possible. I mean, I know for the most part what's happening here and there, but today is the epitome of burnout. Burnout and also just like overthinking. Like overthinking is killing me. The title is called How Not to LeetCode, and boy, you're about to find out. I'm quickly going to go over some LeetCode things, topics, and whatnot. I'm actually recording this after, but you'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in though. Let's get to the fun part. So obviously the wonderful internet provides us with these amazing facilities like LeetCode. There's also guides, YouTube tutorials, everything, but one of the main things that LeetCode will not tell you, almost everything about computer science, I honestly feel like is just not told to you. There's so much to do. It's like an ocean of information, okay? And LeetCode's kind of like a big tidal wave, you kind of just gather all this stuff in. As you can see, we have array hashing, 2-pointers, this, that. Now, no, I'm not going to sit here and glaze LeetCode all day. It's not what I'm here for, but it's definitely a nice representation. No, I'm real fast going to try to solve a problem off the top of my head. Let's see how this goes. Are we seeing this right now? So we just got put with the hard one. So I just read through this and it literally looks like a headache. Let's not try to get a hard one. So now we have relative sort array. So I want you guys now to realize I am about to make some of the worst and most naive mistakes I think ever. The way I'm coding in this video should provide you a little bit of knowledge about what you should and should not do when you code. In the case of me, I think of the most complex way to do everything, and this is known as brute forcing. And if you guys don't know, brute forcing is literally the last of the hierarchy. You do not want to brute force if you want a good solution. Like obviously you can brute force and get the right solution, but in the real world, you want the fast solutions. So keep on watching. This problem did not ask me for a specific time complexity, so I imagine I can use sorting here like regular. So I think what we can do here is we can take the array2, we can convert it into a dictionary that has all of the indices. array2 dict. So this we can do for num, for I, num, and r2. We'll enumerate it. Just do array dict num. Let's put I. So right off the bat here, I'm actually not off to a bad start. The solution to this problem does require you to hash all of the indices. However, I want you to watch what happens as the problem keeps on progressing. After I do this, I start to think about the solution and the functions that you need to add and implement in order to get the solution desired. And this ends up not really working, and I just keep on falling down this crazy slippery slope. I'm sure this is a feeling that we've all shared before, but I want you to witness it and understand and learn. Maybe this is what you look like if you're in the situation, and you'll understand now. Because obviously if we go to this, we have the indices for this, and we're just putting them. This is also your reminder that there is nothing wrong with Googling anything. You're not a freaking robot. You're not ever taught to remember things your whole life. Maybe in the school system that's true, but in the reality of programming and solving problems, you don't memorize the solutions. You have to forge the solutions with your brain. I'm low-key coping by not knowing how to insert. Or honestly, I was questioning the semantics of the insert because I didn't know what it did or not. So I know inserting did something, but like, whatever, man. Just watch the video. Result.insert. So we can do if num in result, then we can do result.insert. Wait, if each array2 is in array1, if each number in array2 is inside of array1, so what you just heard is that I did not read the constraints. What's really funny about LeetCode is that a lot of these problems sound really weird until you realize that these algorithms that they're asking you to do only work under certain conditions, and those conditions are listed right in the constraints. Now, it sounds like a lot of words and a big word salad, but please hear me out. I didn't really realize this until I started to look at the comments and the discussion parts of these problems, and these people were like, yo, dude, read the constraints. They tell you everything, and they do. And then we do result.insert array dictionary, and there you just saw me make a dummy. This solution for this problem only takes like 2 iterations, and I managed to find a way to add a dummy in there. Now, of course, I'm not dumb. I ended up solving this problem, but at one point in the solution, I thought it was completely fun to do this. And there's really only one way to patch this, and that is just by doing this over and over again. The people who are watching this video who have done many LeetCode problems probably understand this, but this is kind of me just documenting myself. So as you can see here, we got a lot of numbers here that we did not want. Okay, so you've been watching me for about 4 minutes now, and as you can see, this is going to take painstakingly long. I've been doing this problem for 10 minutes so far, chopped this video up to about 5, and I'll just speed it up, you'll see. After we can use a custom sorting function. So we're just gonna transform it into a list. And there we go. This passes all 3 test cases. And we got a 0 MS solution, which is, I believe, O of n. Because as the size of the input grows, I check every number in this. And I think there's an analyzed complexity. Let me guess, it probably costs money to use this. So it's n log n. Oh yeah, because I did use sorting. So that basically supersedes everything. So that's basically how I just overthought and did everything at once. So hopefully you understand maybe what's going through my brain. 6 months, as you can see, DSA is, I like it, but it's a lot, you know? Out of the many topics to cover though, DSA has definitely been the most challenging. And trying to think of the most intuitive way possible to like get rid of this problem, I really couldn't come up with anything. There's really only one way to get good at LeetCode, and that's just by problem solving. I'm sure we've all heard this. We've watched a million videos. Yes, there are videos out there that just tell you every single thing you need to memorize. Like, where's the joy in that? Where's the passion? You know, honestly, using languages for quite a while now. I know I've been using Python for 6 months, but just to let you guys know, I've been doing C++ for a little while as well. I don't really remember how to use it all that well, but I do still thoroughly remember all the basics and honestly a lot of the inner workings of a computer. So I'm going to be with you guys. I'm going to show you a real honest perspective of how these LeetCode things work, and I'll come up with a solution. I'll try to find a way to get better with code. You're using code to solve coding problems, bro. Your brain is exploding. And just to give people context on how cooked this whole entire thing is with the job market and everything, this one guy made a software that completely cracks LeetCode, and people who are interviewing you cannot even see the code. This guy sold the product and made millions. So people clearly hate this stuff, but I'm going to try to help you guys out in an ethical and nice, responsible way. All right, so I spent like an hour working on this. Honestly, it taught me a lot making it because I don't really know the Pythonic way of making things yet. Because if you notice here, I made this like a completely useless class here. I could have just made this with like just a simple function here. So it had no state. Like the stat could be like a little data class, but even still, like since I'm doing this session data thing right here, like a dictionary basically overrules. Let's look at the use case. So if I add 10, it'll add 10, but for the record, I'll just show you real quick. There's a few commands here. And if you notice, one says, let me be clear. So if we get the stats though, we have the stats right there. But then if we do C, clears it. So then when we get it, there's nothing there. So that's just a little thingamajig. We have exit stuff, typing, pretty print, which I don't even know if I use. I do. And to show you this is, I spent a long time doing this. And now anytime I want to go to LeetCode, I'll add the amount of minutes I spent and I'll just keep on tracking it and I'll end up seeing my progress over time. I know you can do it on their website, but it shows you by the day, but I'm thinking like you want some quick, you know, gratification. You got it right here. And I could easily expand this. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, add some ideas in the comments. My girlfriend's been literally staying here, waiting for me to finish this. And I've been here for like 2.5 hours, so bye.